the trunk?
Hi Mom, can you pop the trunk? What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video on the Just Kidding channel. As you can tell, this setting is different because I'm in Rochester again. Don't mind me, I look very homeless right now, I'm not gonna lie to you. But anyways, so Deyton bought a new car, and it's crazy because he got it for literally a steal. This car is worth, I think, $12,000 more than he bought it for. This is his 2018 STI. Yes, he got the yellow Brembos. If you guys don't know, the yellow Brembos are 6-piston Brembos, and that's crazy. It is insane. And for the 2018 as well, you can get, for the WRX, you can get the old brakes that it had, the 4-piston Brembos. So this car is actually extremely nice. He got it for a steal, and basically we're gonna do an overhaul on this car of the parts that he bought. So he already installed an intake on this car. Sounds really good. Got to take it out last night. Car drives really smooth. I don't need an STI. Yeah, so it has hella horns. I think that's it. It's the only thing that it has right now. But inside of the garage, Deyton has a full turbo back exhaust. So the downpipe, I believe, is from Grimspeed. No, it's from Invidia, sorry. Downpipe from Invidia, catback from Invidia. He also has a Grimspeed front mount intercooler kit and a boost controller. So all of this stuff is supposed to be installed on this car. Right, so first we're gonna be working on getting a turbo back exhaust system in. So we're gonna do the downpipe first and then the catback. So first what we're gonna do is we're gonna remove the top mount intercooler because we have to get access to the downpipe, which is underneath. So once we get that out, we'll go from there. This is coming out anyways because Deyton has a front mount for it. So we're gonna start unbolting everything from the front to the back, get the exhaust hangers down, pull the exhaust out, and then we can start putting everything back. I know it sounds easy just saying it, but things are gonna pop up, things are gonna become complicated, and we'll see how things go from there. So the top mounted intercooler is out. It's really pretty simple. There was two hose clamps here, one hose clamp here, maybe like 5 or 6 bolts, and you pull it back and over to the driver's side and it comes out. So next what we're gonna do is we're gonna remove this bracket, this heat shield, and then we're gonna have access to the downpipe. Remove the downpipe from here, unbolt it from underneath, and then we can remove it. Alright, so unfortunately the camera's dying. So what we just did is we removed the heat shield off the back of the turbo. We're gonna remove 5 bolts from the exhaust housing, and that'll be the 5 bolts for the downpipe. After the downpipe is unbolted, we'll go underneath and we'll unbolt the 2 bolts that goes to the catback. Then we could go on and remove the catback from there. My camera's dying, I'm gonna throw it on the charger. So where we get to next, when the camera is charged, I'll let you know. Okay, so now my battery is fully charged, and I did my best to do what I could while the battery was charging. So just to update you guys, I got the catback out. So if you guys don't know, STIs come with a different catback than a WRX, and it's right here. it sounds a lot nicer than the WRX catback. It has that aggressive tone. Like, Deyton heard me driving around the corner before he even seen me. So he does said he wants to get rid of it. So if anybody is interested in a stock catback, just hit me up. I'll tell him, and then you guys can go through that process. It's gonna be in upstate New York, so yeah. But anyways, so the complications that we're having right now is the 5 bolts for the downpipe. Now, if you guys own a STI or know of somebody with an STI, you would know that the bolts are really complicated to get to, because obviously it's being heated, cooled, heated, cooled, heated, cooled, and it doesn't make it easy for it to come off. So we're trying to figure out a way to get them off. We got 2 to 3 off. We're using some penetrating oil, and we got 2 off good. We're waiting on the last 3. It's a little complicated. All right, so we got the downpipe out. It took a while. I was very reluctant to use a 12-point wrench, because when I used a 12-point wrench on my WRX, the bolts got stripped. But I used it for the STI and it worked. I just want to show you guys the amount of restriction that came from the stock downpipe. So as you can see right here, everything in this black area right here is what the exhaust was touching, right? But it was only allowed to go through this hole. That's a ton of restriction. They could have definitely added another pipe on the other side and make it go through the same cat. But that's a lot of restriction. So when we put the new downpipe in, the Invidia downpipe, it's gonna free up all that airflow, which in return is gonna give Deyton a lot more power. So let's switch over to this O2 sensor and get that downpipe in. And other people's videos don't tell you this, but that downpipe was not easy to get out. They automatically switched to when the bolts are loose. Nah, it legit took us like a couple of hours, because like the bolts were like really in there. So if you guys are gonna do this on your car, make sure you have penetrating oil, and make sure you have long wrenches. I prefer 6-point wrenches, because the 12-point wrenches are really risking it, and you don't want to damage that hardware that goes to the turbo, because you're going to be reusing it. So just keep that in mind. All right, so before we install it, I just want to give you guys a look of the new downpipe. This is Invidia. It's the high flow downpipe. It's going to be a super quick install after this, because I'm just going to put it up through the bottom of the car, onto the turbo, nut and bolt it in, and you know, bracket and whole 9 yards. Alright, so downpipe is in. What we have to do next is put the heat shield back on. I'll show you guys what it looks like from underneath. So everything is installed. O2 bracket, hole 9. just stay tuned for the next part. We're going to be installing the Invidia R400 exhaust, and it's really going to change the way this car sounds.